Hi guys, it's Kat. I come to show you the items I've made so far from the 1paper pad collab with Janscrazylife, Deb Houck, and Mary Beth from MB Gray Design. So, the first thing I'm going to show you is this card I made. And the paper pad was called Candy Retro, and it had these two pieces of paper, 12 by 12 paper that looked like records. So what I did was cut one of those out around the corners, inked up the sides so that it would be black and not show the white and core of the paper, and let the record show. Typed that out on my computer, printed it out, inked it up with some of the pink, I want to say it's worn lipstick, but I don't think that's right. Distress Oxide ink, and inside is blank, so you could write whatever you wanted in it, but I thought it would be cute to send in like friend mail or something and put, let the record show you're an amazing friend, let the record show you're awesome, let the record show you're a fantastic crafter, whatever. It can be used for many different things. So, and I just made this little black envelope to go with it. Then I made this box, and the inside of the box is completely black. This was part of the paper pad, and I did put a little bit of the purple oxide inks to edge it up a little bit because I thought it was pretty. And the back, if I can do this without dropping everything, is the same thing. But I wanted something to hold these little Hampton Art inks and my four little distressed inks that I own, and I didn't want to have to buy something at the store, so I made it myself. It's made with chipboard, and it was my first try, so it didn't turn out fantastic, but it's usable, and I will enjoy using it. Then I made this. This is a insert type of a journal. And this is a domino. I got these dominoes, they're Christmas dominoes, and they were cardboard for kids. I paid 25 cents for a box of them. I bought several boxes. So I just glued some of those together, covered it with some of the cardstock from the paper pad, and then put some glossy accents over it, put a little screw into it, and hung it on a paper clip. I may have to take it off though because I think it's going to be too heavy and it keeps pulling off. So then I tied the book with this piece of ribbon, which is completely removable because the ribbon just tucks into a piece of the seam where I sewed it into the seam, sewed in the signatures rather. And I made this little banner, and I put some of the pink oxide ink and some of the green cracked pistachio around the edges, and said, let's take a trip on Route 66, because I was showing it to my friend Brenda, and we both agreed that it kind of reminded us of back in the day before everybody traveled by interstates, when people would take trips down Interstate 66 or Route 66. So it's just kind of retro. And the back is the same piece of paper, just folded it over, layered it onto a second piece of white cardstock so that it would give it some strength. And then let's go inside. And everything in here, except for the pink paper, the plain pink paper, has come from the actual paper pad itself. If it's designer. Now, of course, there's typing paper, well, I guess it's not called typing paper anymore, printer paper and graph paper, some book page, and some 1950s or 60s onion skin paper or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. It was given to me from my church. And so this is a piece of the paper pad, and I just cut it down to make a pocket, cut out one of the little record squares, and added it. And then I took this, there was a whole sheet of just tags that was cut apart. So I cut it apart, put it in there. And then I made this tag out of some white cardstock, inked it up with my Distress Oxides that I bought, and cut out this. This was actually attached here beside the diner. There was a bowling alley. So I took the sign and added it to the tag. And you can write on the back of it. And I added some little eyelash trim, which I need to find more of that. I love that one. And then this was on one of the sheets in the paper pad. I cut it down to fit the book, which is like 8 by 5.5. And then I took, these are, when you look at a paper pad and it has the perforation on it, has that extra little strip of paper at the top. I took those and cut them down and made these banners. So, and then I took my paper punch in the retro flower from EK Success and made the flowers on it. And this is a piece of that onion skin paper. I love how it sounds. Craft paper and book page. And then the book page, I just made a little corner tuck here and took a piece of the paper from the paper pad and cut it into journaling cards. And I tried to stick with 3. There's either 3 or 4 sheets I used here, so from the paper pad, and I tried to do everything from those 3 or 4 sheets. So a long way to go on a 48 sheet pad of paper. But another book page, another journaling card, and I still haven't decided if I want to put a flower there. Oops, forgot to put that in. This is a corner tuck that I made just using a piece of white. No, I'm sorry. I used a piece of the cardstock from the paper pad, and then I just used these flowers that I punched out of white cardstock and green cardstock. And this was one of the pre-made tags. And this was one of the record sheets, and I just inked it up, made a tag out of it. And this is a plastic pouch. I got the pouches from work. We used to use them to put tags into the freezers so that customers could see what the price of stuff was. But we don't use them. They were going to throw them away, so I took it home and made a pocket out of it. I have several of them to use that way. This is a record, and yes, I put it sideways. And another journaling card. A lot of writing space or memory space. You could attach pictures to any of these. Then here's another one. I just took a piece of pink cardstock out of my scrap bin. This is a piece that was attached to the top of one of the paper sheets. Cut out the little flower, and then used a piece of the paper, added a reinforcer there, and made a tag with it. And then this is a glassine bag behind this tag. I attached the tag to it. It was a pre-made tag. And then I put a journaling card in it. And this is, oh, I can't do that, sorry. This is probably my favorite page, and this camera is not doing it justice. It's greenish blue, and I just put a banner of white down it, and then a banner of the same paper, and another banner of white, and I love how it turned out. And then just put stitch marks on it. This is an envelope I made from the paper. And this is a top, again, one of the tops of the pages to make the place to hold it. And I'm not going to pull these out because I can't get them back in one-handed. But those are Project Life cards. And then I made a belly band with it. It's another record. And then this tag, this tag here says, "My heart sings disco." And there's a journaling card behind it as well. And this one says, "Lovely Memories." Another side of the glassine bag with another journaling card in it. And then this is a little pocket added to the book page with the banner and the little flower. And I don't like the flower now that I painted it or colored it red, so I may put another white one over it. And then this is another pocket, a little deeper pocket, and I made this little journaling card. Looks like a banner. And then this one, isn't that cute? It says Journey. Always wanted to take a journey out Route 66. I think it would be so fun. And then another one of the pockets with another one of those, or plastic pouches with another pre-made journaling card. Or tag, I mean. And then this is just a piece of paper that I folded into a triangle. Cut it into a square, folded it in half, inked the edges and all that. And this was just a piece out of my scrap box. And this is a You Are Lovely Because tag. And then this was the little domino thing that I made. And I love how it turned out, but I'm afraid it's too heavy for my book. So, we'll see. And then there's this one. I made a belly band, a vertical belly band. And I just punched out some circles from the scrap bin and another flower. Put some ink around it. And I thought it turned out cute. And this one I need to go back and put some dots on. I don't like it that way. I love this one. This is another one of those banners that I made using the paper pad. And then this is the back page. And this tag is a large tag. And you can write on the back. If you have something smaller, you can actually put it behind that. We're going to text in here. So, and I just used my Hello Punch, inked it up with a little bit of the pink oxide ink, some dots, glued it around, and then traced around it. And there's the back. And I'm not going to tie it right now because I most definitely cannot do that one-handed. But I hope you enjoyed watching this. I think it turned out super cute. Not a lot in it because I wanted a lot of space because there's not a lot of pages. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.